Hey guys, how are you? Hope you're doing good. So today I'm going to share my CEH practical exam experience. I just cleared my exam last month, right? So when I just uploaded it to my LinkedIn profile, then I got many messages from my friends. So what is the exam? How you prepare for it, and what is the structure of exam? So guys, today I'm going to share all the things with you. Hope this video will be helpful you, right? So let's start. So first of all, who am I? So guys, I'm Kamaljit Kumar Sharma, right, from Punjab. So I am a senior executive, as I working as in a big four companies in India. So that is, I am working as a penetration tester, right? So I am also holding a master's degree in cybersecurity. I just mentioned I have just cleared my certified ethical hacker version 10 practical. Then I am also bug bounty hunter. I just prefer bug crowd. I am not just around on the hacker one. So I just love bug crowd. So I also register two CV IDs. Which one is XSS and second one is SQL injection, right? So I just forget mention the links of that. So my that these experts are also available on the expert TV. So but five more CV IDs are pending. So I'll update when I get this. So for future goal, I'm just preparing my OSCP exam. So for checking my check out my hack the box machines, which I am doing on the basis of TJ Null's guide, right? So you can also watch my videos on that particular this channel, right? So story starts how I get in CH practical exam. So guys, basically, I am a kind of guy. So from my village, right? So I don't have enough sources. So I started my hacking from 2011. So there's that time in my village, internet connection speed was around 10 kb per second, right? So that time I don't have enough sources, so I just try to internet to explore the things and all. So in 5 years I just learned a lot of things from internet. I didn't have any global certification in hacking, right? Then I got my first then I got in masters in cybersecurity from very reputed university in Punjab, right? So I just came to Delhi and got my first job in ethical as an ethical hacker, where I just prepare doing some projects of penetration testing and also doing some. And I am also working as a trainer as an ethical hacker, right? So I provide the training on at CEH and also ECSA and also prepare the guys for OSCP. So to be frankly, I don't have any. Till that any global certification, right, like CEH and all the things, because it was too costly for me, so I can't afford it. So then uh, I right now I'm working in a very good company, so my salary is good. So I can manage the all my expenses and pay my own bills, right? So but I am not thinking about any CH. I was just preparing for the OSCP. So one day I just going through my mails, then I see a mail from EC Council. So there was a scholarship thing for EC Council for CEH practical, right? So then I just go to the mail and they are asking for some details, then I fill, and then apply for it. So after 2 days I got a mail, hey Kamal, you are selected for the CH practical. Then I click on the button, then they asking for the fees. So fees for the CH exam, which was $99, so I can afford it. So then I just paid it. and after next day, so next day I received the mail, so your Aspen account is ready, you can log in. So then I just logged in and schedule my exam. Then before scheduling exam, I just do some research, what is the CH practical. Then I did not get much from the internet, what is CH, or then there's a very small article which will you find in the description about CH. So I just schedule. Then I talk to my friend. So he's saying there, you can do it. So I was bit nervous because I did not get any global certification, or did not attempt any certification for hacking. So I just schedule my exam for next day. So I just started. I remember one thing. So I start my exam at 6 p.m. Right. So it was 6 to 6 hour exam. So it's I started on 6 p.m. So then if uh, first 15 minutes with my proctor. So he's give me some instructions to join the session, and he just proctor and check all the room and check my screens. So then he asked me to, you can just join one screen, right? You can just use your one screen. So I just turn off all the screens and using my one screen. So after at 6:20 my exam start, then I have 6 hours from that 6:20, right? So guys, now we are talking about the structure of CES practical. So guys, when I just start the CES practical, so before starting I was very nervous. So I don't know what will be the structure, what are the questions. So then when I got in the machine, right, then I see there are 20 questions. So I just go through all the questions. These are the questions which are based on CH modules, right? So as we know that they are right now in CEH version, they are 2022, I think, if I'm not wrong, 2020 around modules, right? So these so as I told you, I did not have any CEH certification. So but I taught the students our CEH. So as my when I go through the questions, so realized that all these questions are from CH modules, right? Each question from each module, right? So it looks like these questions are like kind of some objective type and some kind of subjective type, right? Subjective means you have to in some question you have to select the option which is correct option, or some questions you have to put the some answer like IP or something else, right? So we'll talk about it. So as I told you earlier, it's a 6 hour proctored exam, right? So then you are allowed for two breaks, each break for 5 minutes. Then I suggest you just bring your food and your water bottle at your table, right? Then there is a kind of exam in which you have to submit 20 questions answer. So all these answers you have to submit at the end of exam, right? So it's not kind of CTF thing when you get the key and put and click on submit, then it asks tell you it's a wrong or a right. But no, in this exam you have to get all the answers of each question. Then at the end when you are ready to submit, just put these answers in below the question, each for each question, then click on submit button. Then within 2 minutes you get your result, right? So I frankly I just I am not good in forensics, right? So I missed two questions. So my out of 20 I was able to score 18 questions, right? So level of questions we'll talk, it's easy and medium. For example, if I'm not I can't share with you all the details of questions, but what I can say. So for example, there may be there are six system machines, right? There are six machines in the lab. You will get one machine for then you are also get two attacking machines. One is Windows and second one is Kali Linux. So in Windows machine you have all the CEH tools for each module wise, right, which you can use in during these solving these questions, right? So Then after these two machines, you will get six machines of network of six machine. So then questions may be kind of you have to, they can ask you what is the IP address of Windows 2000 server, a Windows 2012 server, right? Then you have to put it. Or they can ask you uh, and or they can ask you, they give you a credentials for a website, right? They give you credentials for website. For example, they said they have John, username John, and password is Mary, sorry, right? So then they ask you to find the website, log in it, and grab the bank account detail of Jack, right? So it's a kind of enumeration, recon, or your web testing knowledge, right? So for me, we what we can do, we just scan the whole network with that map. Then we got the web 8080 port. Then I go to this website and try to log in with these credentials. Then I got in one of the website I was able to log in. Then I go to the profile page. Then there was a kind of link, PHP account dot php question mark id equal to 3. So as my first see that URL, I understand it's a kind of IDOR attack, right? So they from question we get the answer, right? So I just replace 3 with the 4, so I get the Jack's information. So I just grab that text bank information and saved it into my notepad. So these kind of questions you will get it, right? So for forensic, you will ask to decrypt the disk, right? In network, you have, they will ask you to find the victim IP of DDoS attack. They give you a PCAP file, then you have to find the IP of victim, right? So these type of question you will get from the CEH exam, practical exam, right? So guys, I just want to suggest you one more thing. When you're doing these CEH practical exam, right? So then when you get a question, answer for first question, answer for second question, then write down in your notepad, right? So for example, you found get a answer of first question, and in your notepad, question one equal to or colon that answer, right? So it will help you in the end. So as I told you earlier, you have to submit all the answers at the end of exam, right? So it will help you to recheck all your answers and all the things, right? So and that's how I get my CES practical. So I want to clear one more thing, guys. There's, you don't need to worry about any pre uh, preparation for CHM. If you done your CEH in very good way in practical, so I'm very happy for EC Council. They provide CEH practical, because guys, in most of institutes in India, they just told you about theory, right? So most of students just knows about the theory, CEH theory, so they did not go to the practicals. But for this CEH practical, you need to perform some of all the practicals in your CEH. So guys, I just suggest you go through your CEH modules, perform each and every practical. Then I'm sure you will get this exam with 20 out of 20. But I don't have enough knowledge of forensics, then I was not able to get these two questions. So let it be. So now, so let's that's all from my side. So thank you guys. Your questions are welcomed in comments. I'll reply as soon as possible. So one more thing, please share, subscribe, and like my channel. So right now I'm preparing for the OSCP. For checking my OSCP preparation, you can follow my channel for the videos. In each week, I just uploaded 2 or 3 hack the box machine which I solved in without the Metasploit. So I'm trying to solve all the machines without the Metasploit, right? So thank you guys once again. Hope you enjoy my video.